Alright then. Doors and Loot. A very catchy roguelike type of name. Let's see what they got for us. I'll note this is basically a game that I received a Steam key for via the Steam Roguelike Group I security for. We'll give her a go. So here's our credits. I like that sort of credits, but whatever. We get settings here, so music, sound, environment sound, gameplay, controls, references. I think I'll basically go to the sound here a little bit and turn on the music a little bit. Alright, new game. According to the map, it should be around here. Yes, without a doubt it is here. After so long, we have finally found it. Hello, is there anyone? It looks deserted, but it reeks of death. There's no turning back. Let's do it. Dorian. After so many years, I finally found you. Even if I have to reach the top, I'm prepared to stop you. Alright, so we got ourselves, what looks to be like, you know, basically one of these games where, like, you know, when you stop moving, that's when, like, you know, the game sort of stops. So it's not exactly like, you know, cell by cell, but rather like, you know, this, like, you know, super hot type of, like, gameplay, so to speak. Click to highlight objects to interact. Alright, so we get potion. Use the main weapon to attack and right mouse for a secondary weapon. Alright. Press space for a critical hit. So I guess my critical hits use up stamina. These hastily written diagrams look like instructions for forging equipment of common quality with one level. Okay. So that's an enemy over here. Eliminate all the enemies you find. Oh, it is real time. I thought it might be turn-based, but no, it's not. And level 2, apparently. Enemies will drop useful items for your adventure. Food is consumed automatically and regenerates some health. E to use potion. Q to use mana potion. So that's basically like listed down here. Select your target with right mouse button to use, left mouse button for use of your offhand item. Select your target with right mouse button, use the left mouse button to, or right mouse button to use your offhand item. What's my offhand item? Do I have one? Do I have an offhand item? Maybe I have to equip it first. Alright, you pick up items from a distance, press F to pick up all at once. You can go up to next floor with more powerful enemies or take the chest and return to the start. Are you sure you want to open a chest and return to the rest area? You can stable this message from the settings. So we'll confirm. Choose your reward. So the hammer, the offhand weapon, or the helmet. Let's go with the helmet, I think. So here's my chest. Diary, show diary. Entry 1. I have left my alpaca outside, but she's the smartest alpaca Molly I've ever met, and our bond is strong enough, so I'm not worried. Okay, so I've left Molly outside, but she's the smartest alpaca I've ever met, and our bond is strong enough, so I am not worried. Okay, so a little bit of spelling, issues here, but whatever. I probably write this to be like, I had to leave Molly outside, but she's the smartest alpaca I've ever met, and our bond is strong enough that I'm not so worried, or I'm not worried, or something like that. Unfortunately, I think this is going to take me longer than expected. As soon as I entered, I found some skeletons that look like a young woman here. As soon as I entered, I found some skeletons that look like the young woman from here. There are people trapped here, which confirmed the rumors about the Cursed Tower. Arrival here has been hard. At first, the clues I gathered were not very precise, but as I was moving forward, the rumors and stories matched. All of them talk about the tower surrounded by great magic, which top is barely seen. After pressing the door, my magic protection activated, but I don't know exactly what that means. I'm trapped here just like the others. So after trespassing through the door, my magic protection activated, but I don't know exactly what that means. So yeah, probably need to get someone who actually knows how to write English to actually do this bit, but whatever. It's good. It's legitimate enough that I can actually make out the idea. So, Alex, do you see something interesting? So, this is shop. Okay. I need to get closer. Draw. What do you need? What do you sell? Fortune something. So basically sell stuff. So you can forge your stuff. And we got the witch. Melissa, do you seek knowledge? Teach me. So you can refresh for a little bit here. Sorcery, all this other stuff. Alright, well I learned something where I want to or not. I don't see a way of backtracking out here, by the way, so if I accidentally select something, I can't actually take it off. There's no way to basically, knock these off, by the way, so I was right-clicking to sort of do that, but just right-click just takes you out, so that probably could be improved a little bit. That's Fireball. Alright, let's go to the next level. Probably have to hold down, by the way, in order to keep attacking, which is kind of annoying. I prefer, if I basically just, target them, I, keep target, attacking them automatically if it's real time. If it's basically, not real time, it wouldn't be much of an issue, but... Probably didn't need to do critical there, but whatever. Let's get this going. Grab that. Yeah, I pull them both. You can drink in combat, apparently. There's a lot of enemies on this level. There's still some enemies left in this level, by the way, so these levels get awfully hard very quickly. Okay, a little bit of food will help out a little bit here. I just realized I don't have any of this equipped, I don't think, so that's a bit of an issue. So I want that. I'm going to try and loot the tables to try and get some stuff, so... How to train your alpaca. These majestic creatures are easy to find, but not so easy to tame. Many believe that it is the alpaca who chooses its rider, but there are certain tricks that help this happen. The first thing is to know where to find them. No, it is not worth going to your local farmer and asking for an alpaca. They are probably already bounded, and this manual would lose all its purpose. The fur that interests us most will determine where to look. The most common are the different variations of brown, which can be found in the warm regions of the equator. The further we travel towards the North Pole and its cold extremes, the more we find vanilla and white tones. Finally, in the arid regions of the South Pole and its suffocating heat, we will find darker and reddish tones. Once the fur has been selected and with an alpaca in sight, the process is as follows. Call the animal with respect and determination. The best combinations are usually come pretty, come here, and but what a cute thing. Wait until it is within your reach and tenderly extend your hand to caress its face and or head. Many claim that saying, "What soft hair you have," helps. Carefully offer her something to eat. If she accepts the bite, give her a big hug and caress her profusely. If she rejects it, well, try another one else. In my next book, I will tell you all the secrets of how to tame an Exier. Meanwhile, you can also consult my other books, Cats, Why You Should Avoid Them, How to Shear Sheep and Other Furry Animals, and Pigs, Man's Best Friend. So, again, not as bad as like the first book here, but it could be written a lot better. Okay, I need to get rid of this guy here first, so... I just realized this guy's level 2, apparently. Down you go. See where I read that, so whatever. Oh. You're level 1. More ruins. It has nothing. Okay, well, we got through this room, and I might have a little more, like, you know, gumption to keep going. There's only 3 enemies left. Down he goes. Nothing to it. Day 1. I started my travel to the big city where I plan to become a famous and renowned merchant, but I forget my belongings at my door. Well, at least I have the items and some money. I will buy them again as soon as I can. I'll note that basic comments are another thing that, like, you know, they're a little bit odd here. I would probably go for, like, you know, up here. I started my travel to the big city where I plan to become a famous and renowned merchant. I put a comment probably right here, but I forgot my belongings at my door. So you need, like, a comment right there. Well, at least I have the items and some money. I'll probably get rid of this comment here. I don't really need that. I will buy them again as soon as I can. So this doesn't really make sense, by the way, where, like, you know, but I forgot my belongings at my door. Well, at least I have the items and some money. So you forgot your belongings, or, like, you don't. So that doesn't make sense. Alright, we got through the door. We're just going to get the loot and backtrack, I think. But we got up a little bit more here, so poor 8%, common 20%, uncommon 0%. Confirm. I probably want to get this hammer, I think. And, you know, I should probably start selling stuff here. Alright, let's see the diary if it says anything else. I don't see anything else in there as yet. Can you sell stuff, I wonder? I guess it's like the stuff I already have and stuff I can basically buy here if I want. So these are, like, you know, things for forging. And this stuff I think I can sell. Okay, before we do anything else, let's just go to my inventory here and we'll see, like, what I'm going to basically keep. So we got a crossbow. It's got 55 to 59 damage, 7 health power. So I could put that right there. Or I can have my, this is a secondary weapon. I think I want that. This looks very, very powerful, so. That's a primary weapon. Okay, so good to know. Well, we'll try the crossbow for a little bit. Why not? I can probably sell these things. Oh, I got a new helmet, so that basically shakes my face. Critical strike and match resist. Wow, we're gonna go real nuts with the stuff here. And we'll just sell this stuff here. So I can sell that to get a little bit of money. And I guess those are bolts to basically use. Okay, let's see how the crossbow acts. So you can see my stuff here. Alright. I can't miss, which is something to watch out for, but whatever. It seems like cunning's like overly powerful, by the way. Just to sort of throw it out there. I can sort of like, you know, if I want to, just sort of like, you know, kite guys and just kill them at range. Oh god, this is going to be crappy here. I like how I'm hitting the wrong guys because, you know, there's so many guys here. More ammo. So yeah, ammo obviously goes down very fast here, so let's watch out for that. We'll keep going. Okay, now we got some stuff here. Some weapons. Oh, I got nothing here, so... And, okay, so you're not paused where you're basically in the inventory. This plan will wait for the health to come up by a little bit. I like the crossbow, but I mean, you know, it's inaccurate, so there's that. So these guys are level 4. Okay, we kill all of them. The door's been unlocked. Day 12. We have been assaulted. They just left us with our clothes and some food. The others have returned home, but I'll keep going. As my grandma said, a great determination brings a great reward. So let's go. It started raining. Luckily, I found this tower. It seems a nice place to rest and warm up. Perhaps my bad luck ends here. So again, you know, need proper punctuation. I probably would have, like, you know, we have been assaulted with an exclamation mark right there. They just left us with our clothes and some food. The others have returned home, comma, but I'll keep going. As my grandma, which is misspelled, you want to have, like, you know, an N in there for grandma, said, I put like a comma here. A great determination brings a great reward. And probably capitalize the A there. And I probably have a comma here, so let's go. It started raining. Period. Luckily, with a capital L, I probably put a comma here. I found this tower. Put a period right there. Capitalize it to be like, you know, it seems a nice place to rest and warm up. I'd probably say it seems like a nice place to rest and warm up. Perhaps my bad luck ends here, so, you know, some improvements that could be done there. I'm probably not the best English speaker, even though I am English speaking, but, you know, even I can tell this is, like, really badly written. Okay, so note that we now have an uncommon chance right here for stuff, so that's nice. You know, we've got a lot of potion stuff. Let's push on a little bit further. These hastily written diagrams look like the instructions for forging equipment of common quality level 2. Awesome. These guys have shields. Okay, awesome. I got some bolts. We got 8 of them. There's a door here. Might as well just keep killing off these guys that are over here inactive. Nope, I got one of these guys' attention. It seems really odd how these guys sort of path to me, by the way. You probably want to have at least some sort of like, line of sight sort of thing going on. Press E there by accident, by the way, but oh well. So you got sort of a dungeon environment here. There's a mana potion there. Just one enemy left. Level 5. Okay, made through this, dungeon level. So yeah, basically as you progress, it gets better. That's got armor penetration percent 40%. There's a helmet. So this is level 1, this is level 3. So I learned something. You basically want to have a lot of different stuff to sort of fall back on here. You want to have maybe a melee weapon, maybe a bow too. I probably actually make it by way just to actually have 2 weapon types you can basically swap between for ranged and melee, just like this. I'd probably take this by the way. Nothing's been updated here yet, so I guess we have to go really far for something to happen like that. We'll do selling in a moment, but let's sell this. We'll sell that, sell this, and why not? We'll sell that. Okay, we got a little bit of money to buy something. He's just selling basic stuff here, this guy, so it's nothing really too special. So I also want to buy those. The best thing is, guys, the gloves. So, do I need the gloves? I mean, they aren't a bad thing to basically get. Maybe look at those. I like how he's got everything basically keyed up here, so you can sell multiple things, but if you want to recover stuff, you have to go through over here. So you can force these stuff, right? Two-hand weapons, offhand weapons. So, sword, axe. So common, poor. Why is poor worse than common? Or maybe common is basically I can only do a level 2 common item versus a poor quality item. So extra damage, critical strike, health power, armor pen, fired spell, frost spell damage. Well, you need a lot to basically build this stuff, so. And it costs money to forge stuff as well. So here's an offhand weapon I could possibly buy. Forgot about the offhand weapon, but whatever. Alright, let's see what I got here for basically got. So we already got this quite a bit. Bags full. Bags will contain 1 extra items and will contain 5% extra gold. With bake, increases the potential of health generated by food. With sauce, our stuff. So consistency. Increases the damage contribution of your items by 10% and base damage of your equipment items by additional 5%. Ironclad. Health gained. Critical chance. Unstoppable. So obviously, like our passive abilities, probably there's like no active abilities, which is, you know, fine, I guess. Your attacks are 2% enemy armor. You inflict 5% physical damage taken back. You'll get this. It seems you're not afraid of going up again and again. How do you do it? I hope my items are being useful. I'm glad I finally have a client. My journey didn't go as expected, so I probably need like an eye in there, but you know, whatever. Some little things. So you can buy like, you know, a health potion, because why not? So you can buy ingots here. Whoops, I'm selling everything I need. I don't really need to do that. So again, basically, it'd be nice if I could actually, like, you know, take back stuff here. If I want to basically buy this stuff, it's like, you know, it could be improved. So there's 14 enemies here to deal. Sure, we'll deal these guys. You can go. Probably didn't need to consume that food, but well. I kind of feel it should be a scroll I should read, but whatever. Secret door, interesting. There's a skull. Oh, there's two guys here to fight. Let's get that stuff. And one more guy. Alright, Great Archmages of Yesterday and Today, Volume 2. The following collection of biographies is intended to learn the most important details of lives of the Archmages most asked in the Nafilger University entry exam. Okay, that's fine. Arfram of Grat. Arfron was a powerful archmage of the Forest Lands at the foot of Mount Grat during the founding era between 953 to 1024. His massive natural magic turned the area into a great big forest, good to find ingredients of all kinds, used in magic and alchemy. Probably needed some comments in here. Also, his use of magic on these forests created the Lycopsises, plant with half size of a gnome who've been maintaining the forest of Amphron since then, which is how Amphron is currently known. So basically it tells you about the different, like, you know, mages here. Day 17. Suddenly some skeletons came out of nowhere and attacked me. And now I am here. There's a man who seems nice, but he's quiet, and a sorcerer that scares me. At least there's no hungry, sleep, or fatigue. I can't get out of here. Every time I try to cross that door, those monsters attack me. So, I probably have suddenly, comma, some skeletons came out of nowhere and attacked me. So, have an and in there. I probably get rid of this and here and say, now I am here. Period. Capitalize the T. There's a man who seems nice, comma, but he's quiet, comma, and a sorcerer that scares me. At least there's no hunger, not hungry, but hunger, sleep, and then Oxford, comma, or fatigue. I can't get out of here. Every time I try to cross that door, those monsters attack me. That's fine. But yeah, definitely need to improve the writing, because people will not like that. Oh. So there's a door to get out of here. What's the secret door do? I'm tempted to find out now. There's an elite there, maybe. Whoa, this guy hits hard. He's a little late. So, ow. Okay, let's just get the crossbow out. I wonder if moving actually hurts your aim. Because that could be a thing, like, you know, when you're moving, you hurt your aim a little bit. Oh, look at that. Uncommon goes up by a lot. I'm actually on, like, you know, floor 6, so that was like a fast travel type of thing. Okay. And I get a great axe or helmet. Okay, so entry 2. I go up a few floors. Getting through it is worse than expected. I'm not sure what they're basically trying to say there. There are monstrosities. I guess that's fine. There are monstrosities everywhere, and these floors don't follow any pattern. There's a lot of magic here, but it's chaotic and distorted. If things get wrong, I end up in this wrong. If things go wrong, I end up in this room again. There's no skeletons with my appearance. Why is it? Why would there be skeletons in view? So there's, like, you know, Alex's journal right there. Alright, well, I think it's basically enough to sort of show off, like, the basic idea of, like, this game. It's a very simple sort of, like, you know, dungeon crawler, but in real time, it basically has, like, you know, the Enchanted Cave, or, like, you know, I guess we'll say, like, here in the you know, the Wanderer type of, like, style, like, you know, fallback type of thing. But whatever. Hope you guys basically enjoyed it. Not a whole lot more to say than that. Good job, Dale, for the most part, and take care.